All right. Here we are. What's up, YouTube? How we doing? This is the Market Shuffle. Let's get to it. So today we're going to touch base on how to set up a chart. So what we have here on the screen is Webull. So I use Webull to trade. Um, Overall, I love it. You could now use market fills on options on Webull, whereas before it wasn't able to. It was just limits. So now you're able to. I have the link down below in the comments and the description. Click it, hook that up, get that. Let's go. Um, I'll get a referral fee. You may as well get some free stocks. So always great, right? Nothing like free money there. So sign up today. Click that. Also have Apex funding, futures trading down in the comments in the description as well. But without further ado, let's hop to it. So here we have SPY right here. This is the daily chart. So let's start with breaking down analysis here. So what we have, this is daily. You can see we've been on a tear for a while. You know, in hindsight, we all wish we could have seen this coming. We kind of did have like more of a flag forming there, and almost a cup of handle as well. Definitely wish we could have gotten longs, especially in this area too. That was a great area, way down in the fours, and this is what happened in a few months here. But so start on the daily. All right, we'll break it down. We'll go to up here, drawings, right? We have a ton of drawings. As we could see, horizontal, all the trend lines, vertical lines. We got rectangles, we got long positions, short positions. This helps. We got fib retracements. Dang it. All right. So what we have, so you want to start, you can see where there's some support at some time, right down in this area, right down in here. I didn't want to do that, but yeah, you can see like I already had that marked. I didn't want to delete all my settings here either. All right. So what you want to do is find where price has touched a few times and you can see a reaction from. So right in here, we touched it, we fell below it here, but we closed above it, rallied, base, rallied. So you can see that right in this area, 493.65, in that area we had some good bounces from. So that would be a good area if price was to come down in like this here. That was a good entry for longs, especially in this market. It's swinging everything. It's ridiculous. Some days it's not great especially when we gap up big or gap down big. All right, so then you can see right in here too, we have some support. 504.77 areas, 505, right in that area, and we can see that we've been holding that and bounced off. Kind of created a flag, and we bounced up yesterday. Didn't really hold it that well. It was at the end of the day. We are making a move back up in pre-market this morning. So that being said, a couple targets. Let's go drop down to an hour. So an hourly chart here, you could see a lot of resistance up here. We're really fighting this area. I mean, if we break it, we can run past the highs. But we could also come down, especially with all this resistance here. We do have news this morning. We got a ton of news today, actually. We got news at 9:45, all at 10 o'clock too, a bunch of news. And then we got Fed members speaking after that, FOMC members speaking all after 10 o'clock all the way to 3:30. But some of those speakers is low impact. The one at 10:15 is medium impact, but the news at 10, we got some high impact news at 10. So we'll have to see where we are by then. It would be great to actually retest this area again before the news. If we do that, we can bounce even greater, or we come down. We got a long ways down too. We do have a gap here, way down here. We could see 500, 501. That's a big drop. Anything could happen in this market. All right, so what I like to use though, all right, well, let's go to indicators. Indicators we have, what I use is, I do use sometimes the MACD. So the MACD, we have this orange line. You could change the settings to going into settings. You could change the colors and all of those things. I don't touch these numbers for the inputs on the MACD, but we can change the colors. All right. Now, when the orange is above this blue, we are more bullish. So you can see here as well, we were killing it. And then we stayed below this for a while, for a couple days. So swings, when it crossed here, surprised it wasn't up high over here, but once we crossed, yeah, you can see we had some selling there. Plug announces earnings today. But yeah, you can see that once we crossed here, we've been coming down, and that would have been a good swing for puts, especially at those highs, for a couple days. But and then we settled, and then we got above this here yesterday, and now we're close to it now. We're actually going to touch it. So depending on how we open, we might come down, or we find good strength. Maybe the news will push us higher. I also like to use RSI. I mean, I don't use these like crazy, but it is a good indication of when we are, overbought. Like right in here, you can see that once we got up that high, that's 85. That's pretty high. We did come down a little bit, and then we got back up in that level, and then once that MACD crossed 2, you can see we got high and then came down. We almost came down to the 30s. Well, we were in the 30s, but if we hit 30, that would have been oversold. We came close to it right in this area a couple days ago, and then we had a good bounce, another sell, and a lot of consolidation because of all the news that was expected this week. And this morning we're hanging up a little green. It was much higher. It's been up and down again, consolidating up in this resistance. So yeah, once you get up here, this is overbought. That would be a good trim target if you got in down here. That would be a good trim target or entry for puts if you were bearish, and target at least midpoint about 50s. You can see that it was hanging around in that area, and a good target would be on puts down here below to 30. Hold on a sec. Okay. All right, so we have those two. Like I said, we don't need them huge. It's just it's a helpful thing to use. So yeah, so now we're on the 1 hour, so we could mark up these, right? So we could mark this area. We could see that it was pinned there. We had a trap there. Tested it up here at pre-market at one point, and tested it yesterday, and tested it this pre-market. Um, I mean, geez, if the news is good, we're going higher. But well, if the news is, I should say, good for the market, doesn't even matter anymore if it's good or bad. The market takes it however it wants to take it. So you gotta see it and react. This market's been so driven, but this could be a cup and handle. That would be phenomenal. So yeah, we could mark this. Once we drop it down to an hour, then we're getting closer to what we're going to trade day in the day. And we could mark this level down here about 405 or 505. So we have that range. This is a big range. Let's drop down to the 15. So also what I like to use sometimes is super trend. Super trend, we can see on the 15-minute. Let's go back to the hour. So you can see that the super trend came up in this area. Once it breaks it, it then shows that it's going to be, it's on the downside, right? When it's red, it's showing that we got some selling pressure. Once we break that level, we're then more bullish. Never broke that, never really tested it, but that would have been a good area for a test to get into longs too. Sometimes I use that. A lot of times I will use the EMAs. All right, so the EMAs here, I'll use the 9, 21. Sometimes I'll use the 50 and the 200. Now the 200, the 50, those are going to be for more of a longer trade, swing trades, or seeing where support is. So we'll click those on too. Why not? Okay, we'll put those on. So let's go back to the daily. Okay, we've been riding the 9 EMA for a while here. We dropped down below, but then again, that 20 or that 21 is right there, and it's been riding that. And on the hourly chart, we were, again, this almost was a bull flag. We broke out yesterday. So then you could see that it was riding up, and actually riding, it broke down below on a crazy sell-off yesterday. I wish I got into puts early. I was in calls too long. Ended up going green, especially on that big run at the end of the day. I felt like we were gonna squeeze, especially we held these levels. We did break below. We did retest it, a huge support down here. This would have been an awesome entry for longs, even swing trades at that point. So that's the hourly. Let's go back to the 15. So again, you can see that on the 15, it came down and tested that at 200. And again, on the 5-minute here in pre-market, we tested that as well. We've been riding those, especially yesterday. We were riding that 9, touched the, what's that, the 50, and bounced hard, rallied. All right, so we have those. We got the EMAs, we got MACD, RSI. Let's go to what else? You could use VWAP. All right, so sometimes VWAP shows stupidly when we have that crazy movements, but when we do have strong, you can see that we came below. So once we do go below, we are more bearish. Once we start to get under these EMAs, we are more bearish as well. And you can see that the 9 crossed the 21, especially right here. That would have been a good entry for puts. And it sure as hell came down underneath that. And then on the 15, it found some support there at the 200. So, and then we rallied. We got above the VWAP. Okay, right of the 9. We also then got into some resistance right here where we had that big sell. And then we needed more liquidity to actually push higher. So we then tested the VWAP and pushed for a great move. All right, so we have those, and also volume. Obviously, volume is big. I don't set it up here, but we have volume down here as well. Obviously, volume is big and important. You know, if we got low volume, we're not going to make such a big move. But if we have selling, you know, if we have sellers, we'll see that the selling is picking up. We had a ton of sellers in this window, and then we had a bunch of buys down in here, and continued with the buying. And you can see once we got over here, we had big buyers come in, and then we had a big seller there. Sometimes in the 1 minute, go back to the 1 minute, and you can see if it was more sellers than buyers. Obviously, that was a big sell. So now you also have pre-market extended hours down here. This is the button you can turn off extended hours, and then we can see here that it did fill that gap. Once we gapped up yesterday, we did fill that for that push higher. So I like to turn that on. It gives you a little momentum on what we're gonna do. Auto, that way you can move the chart here when you're fixing levels. Or if the price is just moving crazy, which it does at times, and I'll have to turn that auto off and you can move it here. Auto is just fine. All right. So we have EMAs, we got the super trend, we have VWAP, MACD, RSI, and volume. Anything else? Let's see, what am I missing? Now, obviously, we really don't have to use all of those, but they are helpful at times. You know, Bollinger Bands, you can see Bollinger Bands too. Bollinger Bands has 3 lines. You have upper, middle, and a lower. So for those, I'm going to turn off these for now. So you can see where price hits the upper and we come down and consolidate or go lower. So once we cross that middle too, you can see that we did come down, test that lower side, and really fell below, which then on the RSI, we were down pretty low, close to that 30. And then we consolidated to make another move down. And then it was riding and bounced off it there, and then broke through and then had a big sell. I don't use it as much, but it is great to see. So as far as levels too, let's go to drawings. I hit them all for now, so let's turn them on. And let's see, let's go back to the 15. So we can see where we had some support here at this level, support here. And we also have, yeah, this is a good support. So if we do test this area, that could be a good opportunity for longs, especially if we get a good setup. Also, hold numbers are a great area to mark up. It could be a good resistance or support. All right, so then we have pre-market highs, 519, even number. Well, actually not pre-market. Well, what type is this? This is pre-market highs up here actually. So we have a big range because yesterday we can test down here. We could have an inside day. We could test down here. We have sell-off on the news, and we could bounce from there and have an inside day. Or we find support in here. We find the news is good for us for bulls, and we break the pre-market highs and run to and then run to all-time highs 5, 10, 13. So that's going to be another area of resistance. So we want to mark that area up. Should bring that down a little bit, and then from there we could make new highs. But we did have a lot of buying power yesterday. Good volume, 83 million. Again, knowing this volume right in here throughout the day is very helpful. I actually have it set up on another chart. So in here, let's see. Yeah. So this is QQQ, but we can see right in here it shows volume. So normally when we have good volume, we're up 50 million, 80 million like yesterday on SPY. This is pre-market right now. What we have yesterday, 83 million. So yeah, anytime we get that much. So yeah, yesterday I was in a trade. I wish I had a better entry and gotten more down or averaged down on it. When we were down in here, we only had like 30 million volume maybe. Then we were creeping up to 40 million. And I just felt that we could have more volume, especially because it was in the afternoon, early afternoon. And sure enough, we did get that big volume push. I mean, a good amount of the volume came on that sell-off once we hit the highs of yesterday. So we had good volume, and I felt like we were getting good volume in to make that push higher, which was great. So yeah, volume's huge throughout the day. We can see which way it's going. Anything else? I mean, I always like to use candlesticks. I don't know much about the hollow or the bar. I know some people use a bar. That's crazy. So yeah, this is pre-market. At this point in time, we found support down here. We gapped up in the morning, had some good buyers overnight, and then had a sell-off this morning, from 4:30 down to 5:30, and then found support down there again where we then bounced from yesterday. And we are coming. What the heck was that? We had news at 9:17. Did we? Is that a glitch? Yo, I swear, sometimes Webull, that's one thing about Webull. Fucking glitches. There's no way. We don't have news at 9:15. Is that a freaking glitch? What the hell? I hate when that shit happens. Like, what is that? What is it? Yeah, let me be a buyer down here. It's like, the market fucking manipulates, man. It's crazy. I bet you it's only 880 volume there, but what the hell, dude? What is that? I wish I could be a buyer at 507. Hell yeah. Fuck. Sometimes they glitch, yeah, like Webull, 8 o'clock, there's always wicks like this. Sometimes on the hour too, but this is a weird one. I mean, it wasn't even 9:15 or anything, it was 9:18. Alright, so disregard that. Sometimes that messes us up too. It looks like a big ass flake for no reason, but I don't think that's true because so yeah. So where are we at now? So yeah, let's turn back on the so usually though, EMAs, you could set up the bigger EMAs for longer bigger time frames. That way you can mark it up like right in here, on the 15-minute chart, we have the 200 at 506.92 right in this area. So I'll put that mark there. So that could be a good support today. Or if we're consistently bullish, I mean, even the 50. So, but the 50 is at 508, 508.15. All right, so also on Webull, you're able to make your own charts. So if we were to make a new chart, we could go to blank layout, and then we could do whatever we want. So we could hop in and put a chart, and make it however we want it. We could also then do trading, Turbo Trader options. I actually like this one pretty well. It's very helpful. It's easy, I should say. Yeah, so we got big impact news, high impact news at 10. Who knows what it will do? So yeah, we could go like this here. You could put in a lot. Oh, one thing I didn't mention, we could always do this at another point, but this is how you start your own chart, right? You could also rename it and all of those things. There's a ton of options there, but I'm gonna delete this for now. Okay, I'm gonna see it. And sometimes, man, these layouts, they change themselves. But what did I say? So, the order block. Okay, this is nice and helpful at times. You can see all the orders coming in on the seller side and the ask side and the bid side, the buyers and the sellers. You can see where you have big orders and on both sides. So like in this area, if we have good volume, we can take these out easily. But you can see that 509.20 right now has some big sellers there and all the way up through. But we also have good buyers down here at 508.40. But again, those could be taken out very easily, either direction. Yeah, sometimes I hate these, these charts will change there, and it bothers me because I don't want it to go up and down. So, high impact news at 10 o'clock. I mean, sellers have been out for the last few days. Yesterday we had some big sellers, and it fell down quick, but it can rally today. This candle must be started moving up right now, but and then Q's, QQQ. So yeah, right here on Q's. Q's, we had this as resistance, right? We came up here, resistance, boom. That was where the big sellers were. Resistance. Again, it popped back up, trapped some buyers, resistance. But once we got up over it, we can use that as support, hopefully. You can see that we tested it there again, and there in pre-market again. So right now, that is big support, but that can easily be taken out, especially with news. And then we got resistance up here. So if we were to make, so for today, say we were able to get above this, we would want to see it test the area, make sure that we still have support and buyers there to make a move higher. So, oh no, is that a fake candle? This is at 4,100. Q's made a new high. Well, it's 509.61. Yeah. 5, 10, 13, or 12 on SPY is the all-time high. Wow, that's a surprise. Well, not a surprise to this market, but yeah, QQQ made new highs. So yeah, so as we see, we're in the middle here. So it can come down, find support here, hopefully, maybe for news, and then go back. And this would be the first target if we were to see a good move here or good support to get in, and that would be the first target. And then the second target we could find in other ways. Or we come up here and this is resistance for the news, and we come back down and then we sell off. I think if that was to happen, I think we have a lot of room, I feel, to go down. I mean, because we had a lot of sellers here yesterday, but every day is different, I suppose, right? All right, it's almost 9:30. Well, I'm gonna hop off. Hope I find this. I hope you find this useful. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, follow along. I could jump on live, but like I said, I need more guys. I need more people hopping on here. So hit the like, hit the subscribe. Remember, Webull is down in the description. Click that link, get some free stocks. Also, Apex is running a deal, so click that. Get a futures account there. Help me out. Help a brother out. Right? Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the links below. Get it done, and let's see what this market brings us. Hopefully, we have a good day. Good luck.